Hello, welcome back to Al Talks. This is an introduction video which will be featured in every episode after this one. But here we go. So, this podcast is Al Talks. My name is Alex George. I am a stand up comedian, and this podcast I created nearly 2 years ago to just basically chronicle my journey into starting stand up. So, but there's other episodes that are nothing to do with stand up. It's just interest that I have. So there'll be it's mainly based on comedy, but it is a general podcast as well. So, um, if you want to support me, I have merchandise. This lovely podcast sticker here, Al Talks. You can buy that. If you would like to buy one, you can go into my social media. Links are all down below in the description on my link tree as well. You have access to everything. I have an Instagram page for the podcast. I have an Instagram page which is my personal one, but I use that for comedy, so you can check me out there, follow me there, and that is all. Episodes usually come out on Tuesday, but sometimes they might come out at other days during the week. And then on Thursdays, if I am around anywhere doing comedy gigs, I record comedy vlogs, so you can listen to those. They usually come out on Thursdays, and that's that. So yeah, all the links down below, link tree. I have Buy Me a Coffee now if you want to support me as well. Links for that down below as well in the description. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and now on to the episode. Hello, another episode this week. So this probably be somewhat of a quick one because I only have like two things to talk about really. And as usual, the computer is acting up. What is this? Fantastic. Anyway. Have I broken this? Just give me. I'll probably look weird. Sorry about that. Should have paused the video there. Get the producer on the line. As usual, I am the producer. So anyway, like I said, a quick one today. Two things to talk about. One of them should be fairly obvious. From time to time, I talk about like I have a cold or whatever, and it affects my voice for performance and stuff. Hasn't really, like, I talk about it sometimes, but not a lot. But like for performing, my voice is obviously very important because I have to talk. And the reason kind of got me thinking about this, what I want to talk about, was because Be Real was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about that he had problems with his voice, and that he went to a vocal coach, and she was explaining to him, like, because when he used to go on tour around the US and the world and stuff like that, because obviously that's how he makes money, because he's a rapper. And he was saying, he was asking this vocal coach how, basically, she said she showed him techniques that, like, put less strain on his voice, and will in the future prolong the use of it and maintain. I don't know what they are. Like I said, I'm not a vocal coach, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional. All I know is strepsils when my throat is sore, and Vicks and whatever else, stuff like that. So very basic remedy sort of things and stuff like this. I'm saying stuff and things, and which I said I shouldn't be saying, but anyway. So that, it might seem like an obvious thing, me being a live performer who uses his voice for comedy, but it wasn't like a dumb moment. But I've heard it before, but people who are in uh, like music and stuff like that, going to vocal coaches to basically help them preserve the voice and stuff like that. And I think I heard it before in theatre and in opera, people saying what you sing as well, but in a different sort of way. And I suppose one last thing to talk about, because I have one. At the moment, there is a big push for the Arts Council here in Ireland to give funding to the comedians. Now, this is something that's been going on since last year, the organisation of it. Now, I'm not directly involved in it, but a lot of people I know are. And what we're trying to do at the moment is basically have the same access to funding as musicians and people who are in theatre. Now, the Arts Act of, I think, 2003, if I'm not mistaken, does give provisions for comedic plays. And you can also interpret the act like it's basically a live performance. So at the moment, we're trying to convince the Arts Council to let us have access to this funding, because, like I said before, an awful lot of people, I've made the jokes before, the management companies. Some comedians in Ireland do have management companies, and they have worked for that. They worked up to it, but like I said, a lot of us aren't. So we have full-time jobs, and we try and do comedy whenever we can. So if there was any supports available to performers that live and perform in Ireland, that would be great, because, like I said, it would like Tesco says, every little helps. And like I said, there is a petition going around at the moment. I'll put that in my link tree, actually. So if you go on to the description of this video, there'll be a link tree. There'll be in the description, there'll be a link to my link tree, and I'll put it up there somewhere so you can sign that petition and have you help me out in getting this as many votes as possible. Ideally, it'd be great if we could get into the thousands. It'd be fantastic, because then they'll have. I'm not going. The reason I'm kind of baffled is because, like I said, this has been going on for a while, and I don't really go into personal stuff, but it's not easy doing comedy when you have a full-time job. And like I said, there's so many of us in this boat. I've been sharing the stuff on Facebook last couple of days, and I'll through my social media pages, but it is kind of coming to a point where it has to happen. So that, I suppose that's where I'm gonna leave this episode. Like I said, a pretty short one. I've no gigs coming up at the moment until 3 weeks time, when I'm in Bray. So it'll be Bray in 3 weeks time. So I'm good. Like I said, I'm taking it easy, working on some things in the background. But that is pretty much going to be the episode for today. When it comes out, if you do want to support not just me, but everyone who's in the arts performing industry, I suppose, if you want to call it that, and basically get us the funding that I'm not going to say rightfully deserve. It is my birthright, no. I'm going to leave it there before I completely lose the plot and start shouting like a madman. I could turn this podcast episode into an Alex Jones episode. The aliens came down and they took the funding away. It's again saying maybe I should write scripts for these, but like I said, I like it when it's raw and I freestyle it, so there's that fun element. But anyway, basically the bottom line is, please do sign it and support me and probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other comedians who, like I said, have funded this out of their own pocket, and any little help, every little bit would help. And I suppose that's it, really. I can feel my voice going again because I did that shouting expression. No more shouting for the next couple of weeks because I really want to do well in Bray. I don't want to be going up there going, hello. And the computer wants to explode. So, like I said, please sign the petition below. Go to my link tree and sign it, and you will help us all out. We try and get as many signatures as possible. Sharing is also a good way to spread the word around. So there's those things you can do. What was supposed to be a short episode is going to actually be a full length one at this stage. But anyway, so the computer wants to explode, so I'm going to leave it there as usual. The links down below, stuff like that, and I should see you next week for another episode.